Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Natalia here, and today we're gonna have some beautiful tutorial to create this awesome choker that I make with the lace from Beebecraft creation, those beautiful gems and rivolis and beautiful, there's a dual double hole beads in here, and a bicones that I did unboxing not long ago from Beebecraft creation, and some other stuff. That site is loaded with lots of good stuff, so I can't wait to guys show you how I create this beautiful pendant that you can use in so many ways. So if you are ready to learn this technique, let's go. Let's see what we need in here for now. I will work with fishing line because I want my design to be sturdy and not flimsy, because sometimes if you use in a proper beading thread, it's much softer than would be on a fishing line. So I already threaded to my needle. And this needle, I'm gonna show you the difference between these two that I have. This one as well, needles for beads, but it's much shorter. As you can see, this one is much longer, and this one is more flexible, and that's what I need right now because we're gonna wave through those beads. I need this needle to be more flexible, as this one can break in some point because this is hard needle. Okay, so this is what we're gonna have, and then I will pick from this Rivoli, and I believe this is 14 millimeters, just for in case. All the links and even some maybe unboxing videos will be linked up under this video in description box, guys, so always check that. So I will pick this gorgeous color. Okay, we will need one for now, and then we will have by them Beebecraft awesome jar of seed beads, and this one is size 11, and it's lots and lots in here. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here, actually right there. That should be more than enough that we need. Okay, if you want to see later what I'm working on, let me know, and I'm gonna show you what I made here. Okay, so we have a little pile of this. We have Rivoli. Then we will need from Beebecraft as well. Remember my unboxing, this gorgeous beads. Look at those, awesome. So I decide to kind of match to this one. I will go with this color of this beautiful red. So I'm just gonna grab like with my nails and put a little bit into my mat. Okay, I believe I need only 16 of them. Okay, next I have here in my stash, we're gonna use a double hole dual beads, and this is pretty beautiful color. Look at that. I'm just gonna put in here. I'm not gonna count, I will go as I need. If I need more, I will add more. And then I will need some, so this beads a little bit bigger, and this one a little bit smaller size. So smaller size, I believe this is 3 millimeter, and this one is 4 or 6. can't remember right now, but guys, always remember to check under my video, and you will see the sizes all up there and link to the product. So this is what we need as of right now, and we're gonna start our creation. Let me just adjust camera for the best view for you, and we're gonna start. First we will need to create crown to hold our Rivoli in place. So for that we will need for our kind of first step of our beading, we will need our 11 size seed beads, and then we will have this super duo that have 2 holes in them. That's what we need to start with right now. Okay, those beads, and we will do 2 of this super duo. Okay, now this fishing line tingle up in here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 2 of super duo, and then I'm gonna grab 1 of 11 seed bead. That's what we have so far. This is what we need, 2 and 1, and that's we go all the way by picking it. We need all together, it should be, I believe, 16 of the super duo and 11 seed bead between them. So let's go and do that first, and then I'm gonna show you what to do next. Don't forget to pick up size 11, very tiny. It's fun, it's gonna stick in like a magnetic. I created this, what I work in right now. This is fabric. It's like it's a sticky fabric. The beads not running around, and it's less of action to spill your beads. And I put this in my hoop, and this hoop is huge, guys. I just didn't have small size, so I just use whatever I have, because then I have one hoop is really tiny. So I decided, you know, just to have this big and then it's comfortable to work when you need to spread it out, lots of beads. Sometimes it's a little bit catching up. One more. And one more little bit. Okay, so here is what we have so far. Let me put this through and show you guys what we have in here. Okay, as you can see in here, I have a string of my beads. 1 seed bead, 2 double duo, 1 seed bead, 2 double duo, and that's how you go all the way around. So now what we need to do, we need to go through them one more time. I'm gonna push this aside a little bit right now. I'm gonna leave a tail of my fishing line maybe 6 inches or so, even a little bit less, so I can wiggle later and secure my beads. But for now I have to go through the, I'm kind of like making like a circle. Here is where my beads needle coming out from here. I'm gonna go one more time through all these holes and do double. So I'm just gonna do this off the camera, but you get the idea, because it's not comfortable for me to see, and I don't wanna any bead kind of like left behind. So I have to go through each of them one more time just so I can secure them. So when I get to this point, I will be right back. As you can see, I went through the same beads one more time. Now they kind of got like a circle, so we can close. We pull them tight, and we're gonna put the knot in here and tie the circle together to make one design that looks like this. So I'm gonna do a double knot, and at this point I'm not gonna cut my knot yet. Okay, I secure. Here's what we have there. Just camera focus. So what we're gonna do now, we will place one seed bead between each of super duo. So we will need to go a little bit up to our top point, which we have to kind of exit through this second hole of our duo. So what we do here, okay, let me show you. Here is the tail that we left, and here this is the part that our needle. I'm gonna straighten up here. So I coming out in here, so I'm just gonna go up. See, here's where my thread tied up, right between the seed bead and the super duo. So I'm just gonna go up and coming out through this top hole in here, and I'm gonna pull my fishing line. Okay, so now I exit on the top corner, and now I will do all the way around by picking a one seed bead and go to my next hole in a super duo. See that? Pull, make sure it's not tangled, and here is what we have there. Now we're gonna do next one. Grab another seed bead, and I go in my next space between those two super duo, and we're gonna pull out. Looks like I got between thread. Okay, there. Now we have two, and this way you go all the way around. So let me get a little bit more further, and then you keep going through each top hole of the super duo, and not to worry about anything else. And just, you don't have to even pull too hard right now, because it will be you will tie it up later on the end. Just don't miss any bead in here. There, you can see what we have here, just like that. So keep continue, and I will be right back. So I did my circle. I placed my seed bead between each super duo, and I just left one more last one to do, as you can see in here. But I want to mention to you guys, if you're not comfortable with this tail hanging out, that's the one that we finished, you just put second needle in here and just wave one more around in your first circle to secure, and then you can cut. I'm just gonna do this a little bit later, but here is what we do. Let me place one more last bead in here, seed bead, and I'm gonna show you what to do next. So I got my one more 11-0 seed bead. I go through my super duo, and also I will go through my bead that I string first. You see that? And then I'm gonna pull out, and in this point we're gonna be up one more level to do our next row. So let's pull out and a little bit tight, and when you pull a little bit, your beads kinda gonna round up a little bit. So this is going to be our first circle that will go like this on the top. You see how this is gonna look like right there. So now we need to create that security from the back, that our Rivoli will not fall out. So this is what we're gonna do next. We're still gonna put that away, and here's my finish. So what I do now, I will string on my needle 8 beads 11-0. So let me get them in here. 1, 2, they really sticking because this mat is kinda sticky. What we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's just double check if we have 8 beads in here. Cover back around so we can focus on our beads. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we do now, guys, we coming out from our seed bead. Now we're gonna skip one seed bead and go in next one. So we're not gonna go here, we're gonna go in next row in this seed bead. Okay. Okay, here's what we do. Here's we start in here, we skip one, we go next one, and pull all your string. Okay, you end up something like this, like a little crown. And now you do again same thing. You pick 8 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just make sure to check that you do have 8 beads, so not any slips. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing. We're missing one and we go next one through the seed there. I hope you can see it. And pull. Okay, now we have 2 of these bunny ears. Now go all the way to the end and I will meet you up there. So here's what happened. I went all the way around, stitching the seed beads, and I have my last 8 beads in here on my needle. What I'm gonna do now, I'm kind of helping myself to hold in this thread kind of between my fingers in here, so they are not on my way. And I go through my first needle that I see, like where we start from here. I go through the same one, and then I go through 5 more from this circle. So I'm gonna go, let's just do separately. Let's pull out from this one because that's our last kind of stitch, like this. And then I go through 5 more, and this is only the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There. Okay, so I got myself on the end, on the top of those beads. You can see I have on this side, on the right side, 5 beads, 3 left in here. So what I do now, our next circle in here have 8 beads. We skip 3, we go through next 2, and let's do together. They are kind of line up nicely on the top. Here's what you have. You have now 3 beads on each side. You go through them. You find your next 2 top beads, go through them. Just make sure you have a 3 bead on each side, so it's point of your petals kinda. You can slightly kinda try to round them up. You can tie it later. So let's go all the way around through our top 2 beads, and they kind of like pointed out itself, so it's easy to find them because they are on the top of your each petal. Don't stitch together the tail. You don't have to get any extra beads at this point. You just stitch in what you have. And if you wish, you can make this, for example, a second layer of seed beads up there. You can add different color. I just decide to go only with clear iridescent there. Go all the way around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, so this one. 1 2 3, yeah. Skip 3, go through next 2, and then we kind of end up, now we stitch all the centers, right? And this is 2 of our last petal that we started. We went in here through 5, remember? So this is kind of like a closing point of those 2 up. So we go through them. Okay, so now we have this little crown flower that's already start to round up this way. And now you can put your Rivoli upside down like this way, because this is our backing of our pendant or earring, whatever you want to create. This is the side like this. It's gonna be looking here. So we need to pull now our thread to close all this white 11 seed beads to make a secure our Rivoli. It's a little bit tricky at first. Just keep going, kind of toggle up from each side, so you're gonna have something like this looking. Now we need to secure so it's all tight and we're not gonna lose. So we're gonna go for one more time around through all those 2 beads that we went on each of our petal. Let's just focus first. Each of this petal where we went, we're gonna go through the same beads one more time, circle, and then we will go to our next step. So I'm just gonna go through each of them one more time. I'm gonna go through the 2 petal in here at once. And you just kind of tight, keep going. If you can go through the couple of the petals at the same time, just do one by one like this. And tight, make sure our gorgeous Rivoli stay in place. Let's see if this is the last one, or we can go one more time. Let's see. I think that was already our last. Okay, here's what we have so far. This side, as you can see, all secure and hugging our Rivoli on the back. From this side, those duo beads holding Rivoli from the front, and as you can see, it's nice like a rosebud. It will go nowhere. It's not gonna come out. So now here's what we're gonna do for our next step. You just have to make sure it's all tied up. And for something, for example, if you, as you can see, it looks already so beautiful that you can even leave just like this and use as a button. or you can continue to use different kind of beads and create something more interesting. So as you can see, this is pretty, but now we're gonna go and we're gonna go through those beads. Let me grab a needle. Okay, here is our line. It's finishing here. First, what I usually do, I tie the knot. How I do that? I go under my beads. Hopefully it's gonna show it. I'm under the fishing line, which is, you can't really see it, but guys, it's there. Okay, I pull and then I go through my loop, and hopefully we will see that I will do my knot right there. Make sure it's all nice and tight. Try to tighten up as much as possible. Then I can go couple more rows through the next beads because I want to secure as much as possible. I went through another to bead the top point where we went around, and now behind them I go again under my fishing line up there. Yeah, I think you can see a little bit. Pull out and make another knot. And tight, nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go here's my thread sticking out between those two lines. So now I'm gonna go through one of those lines beads. I need to come out on the top in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through these beads, start from my and I'm start from the next one, not the one that two we go through. You go through those three that we left behind, and if I can do this in a camera, I can show you. Oh yeah, okay. I go through 1, 2, and 3. That's how I go, and I'm go up and pull. At this point, if you want, you can secure one more time. Just go in here between those. You can one more tangle up like the behind another fishing line. You can put knot up there just to secure better. So I think that's what we're gonna do. It doesn't matter in which spot. You can do any spot as you wish. Just want to make sure it's gonna be invisible, and it's like it's right there. Okay, so go ahead to this point and I will show you what I'm gonna do next. In this position, I'm gonna show you better. It's really close. Hopefully my camera stay in focus. So my knot was in here. I came out through this 3 bead. I knot, and my knot was in here on the top. So then I need to kind of get out of this knot. So I went through top hole of super duo and one next bead 11 from our base when we were making it at first. So that way kind of we away from the knot and we have a new fresh start. So now when I turn around, here is what we have. Okay, this was our first row of 11 seed beads and this is second one, so that's where I came out in here, second one. So now I'm gonna thread 3 super duo and I will go through my seed bead behind it. Okay, see, I'm staying from here. I'm gonna go in this one, next one. Just a seed bead. So let's even up and see what we're gonna have. We're gonna have something crazy like this looking, okay? Looks like a little cross with this super duo in here. Okay, here's what we got, and we came out from this little tiny bead in here. Okay, let me pause a little bit. We're not gonna go in each one. We're gonna go like one in and will be like one out of this bead. And so we came out through this tiny seed bead in here. We're gonna go through next super duo and through the next seed bead without anything added. Sometimes it's tricky like this. Okay, so every time we're gonna do, as you can see, good position now. We have one seed bead on this side, then you have a super duo and a seed bead next one. So now you picking again 3 super duo, 1 2 3, and we're gonna go in this next bead over. And if you can go, you can go right away right now through the next super duo and next seed bead, but sometimes it's not comfortable, so just do one at a time if it's easier for you. Okay, where is my wind? Let's go through first seed first. And we created our next one, and now we go through the super duo that is next in line. Okay, and next seed bead. You see that? I hope you can see it. Okay, and that's how you go all the way on the circle. You missed one, then you put 3, so you're gonna end up like something like this. So you're not gonna put any extra between this super duo. So you do on one, after we put our 3, you go through next super duo, through next bead, and then you add another 3 super duo, and that's how you're gonna go all the way in the circle to make this funky layer. Okay, let's go. Here is what we have, our thread coming out through this tiny seed bead. You go over to the next seed bead, right, this one. There. Okay, just make sure they line up proper way, not twisted the other way. And this bead's kind of really almost looks like my nails shine in different colors. So guys, keep continue adding those 3 super duos, and I will be back after I go all the way around and I will show you next step. Now we have this funky wobbly design. So this is my 3 last, and sorry, motorcycle go on the street, sorry for the noises. Okay, so this is my 3 last super duo that I added. I went through my seed bead as I would, and then I went through the next super duo only without touching next seed bead. So now to do our next step, we have to go through the first of these 3 super duo only through the first bead. So let me find a first like this. Okay, here is the 1, 2, 3, and it's like a clover leaf. You go through the 1 first, and let's pull. Okay, so here's what we have. Now we're gonna use our this red bicones, which is out of the focus for now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab one bicone, go through the super duo, and kind of line up them. They go, let me just and they will line up nicely like this between those 2. Now you grab another red bicone from Beebecraft Creative. I love those bicones, guys, they are so good. Let me just catch a one in here. Okay, then we go from this to our lower one right in here. Okay, so here's what we have now. Between those 3, those flowers, okay, looks like a flower. So between 2 of them, we put 2 bicones beads, and now we kind of going to our next one. But in here, we're gonna add 1 seed bead, 11-0, to connect these 2 points, which we skipped when we started. We're gonna add that bead on the end. So we're gonna go through our next super duo from one of those first that we have 3, and this is gonna be our connecting beads that we're gonna use later. So this is how so far it's look like. 2 of the bicones, 1 seed bead through the loop, and then you continue put another 2 on each of this peak of the bead. So we go grab one, it's really easy now, and go to the top one first. Make sure your thread not tangle up anywhere, and then you grab another red one and go in down one. Tie it up so they lay down nice and kind of like into the proper position, and then another seed bead between them, and you keep going on the same way, and I will meet you there. So I have one more left to add red bead on my last peak, and here is the other one that it's not connected yet, because this is our last trio double duo beads, 1 2 3. So now I'm gonna pick my last bicone, go through my duo on the top hole, make sure my bead in here, kind of sometimes I kind of helping with my needle to make sure they line up like nice and straight, or even grab with your hand if it's not listening. And then we're gonna add now on the end our one seed bead that was missing, and go through our first duo that we started. We started from this one, so we're gonna go, we finish in here, we put seed bead and come out through this duo. Let me just try to find, hard to manage with the camera front your face, guys, bear with me. Okay, hopefully I didn't tangle up myself in here. Okay, let's pull. Okay, so now we made our circle all the way around with our red beads, and I'm gonna show you how this look like from the side point of view. You see, it's kind of like an angle go. You see that? So we have to kind of tie them together and even up a little bit. So my next step is, this is where we finish. We went through the super duo in our first leaf that we have. Now we're gonna go straight up and come out from our first red bead that we place. So we go all up, okay, tangle up in here. Okay, so now we on a top peak of our beads up there. So now we're gonna grab one seed bead, one smaller bicone, and one more seed bead, and we're gonna mess our super duo and go inside of the red. So here is what I'm gonna use this smaller size. I like to keep them in this little jar. It's kind of nice display the way they sparkle, and they are very, very pretty. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Okay. Okay. So this is what we have right now. And we finish, our thread is coming out, or fishing line from this thread. We go in next thread in here, and we will come out through our next, or we can do separately, super duo. So when we pull our thread, we will end up with something like this. Okay, this thread is not listening, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna straighten up a little bit. You can always kind of fix a little later. So here's what we have. We have seed bead on each side of super duo, and this smaller bicone kind of sticking out on the top, making it this beautiful peak. So now our fishing line come out through this red line, through the red bead, sorry. We're gonna go in this next super duo from this side. Okay, and don't forget that this super duo connected with the seed bead. We're gonna totally ignore the seed bead. We don't need the seed bead. Usually in a jewelry like this, seed bead is just a connector to kind of tie all your project together. Okay, so as you can see in here, here's the little bead that we have. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna pick one of this bicone, smaller bead, and we go, by missing this bead, we go in this super duo on the top hole and coming out through our red bead next. And here is what we're gonna end up with. We have a little something, you just have to kind of fix it so it's lined up nicely in here. It's like a little accent bead by hiding our bead behind this one. And now you connect again, seed bead, bicone, seed bead, and go in next red one. Let's try to pick one more time. My battery getting low. Okay, so I go in this red bead. And now we have these two peaks created, beautiful. So keep continue this way, and don't forget, now you have to go pick up one of this bicone, smaller size bicone, and go in your next super duo by ignoring a seed bead between them. Okay, I will see you after I go this round. After I finish my last bead place in the right position, what I do, guys, I'm just like for double secure, I go again through all the same beads one more time, which that would be after red. I would go in my duo, like go down, okay, so after red one I go in my duo, then I go through this 3mm, this little one, and then I just continue all the way around, go in my next duo that's hiding kind of behind the red one. So I just go all the way around and finish one more time, just for extra security, and also the beads will kind of straight up a little bit better, and all your project will kind of tidy it up better. Okay, it's hard to do for me, guys, on camera because I do not see what I'm doing, but I'm fighting. So anyway, I already did this halfway. I just have to go to the point like in here that I have my center. So when I finish, I'm gonna show you how I gonna tie it up, and maybe if you wanna make a loop in here, to make as a necklace or choker. So let's just, I'm gonna go all the way around and then come back, and we're gonna make a little loop for our necklace. Okay, it's just hard for me to do on camera to catch my next bead, so I'm just not gonna even fight right now. I went all the way around and I came out from the top bead and went down my seed bead. And now I'm gonna create in here a loop just for in case if I want to use this as a necklace. So it really depends on the size of your beads. I'm just picking here right now 6, and I kind of put in here to see if this is gonna be good enough or not. So it could be 5 beads, but I'm gonna try 6. If it's too much, then I'm just gonna pull one, and I go in my next seed bead from one point seed bead. Why it's not focusing? From one point we go to the next one seed bead, and I'm gonna pull out and see if this is gonna be okay, or maybe I need to do 5. Okay, so here is what I have so far. I think I might could use what to do. Okay, I think I'm gonna use 5 instead of 6, so I'm just gonna go back one seed. Okay, I'm gonna back and pull out one that I know wanted, because I think my 5 seed will fit better. So now I'm just gonna go back in a up point in here. Okay, so see how it's kind of line up, I think more straight. And now I'm gonna make a loop, so I'm gonna pick seeds as many as I need, and we will see how many I need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. Let me try 10. Let's catch it. Okay, so it's 10 bead in here, and if I okay, I'm gonna go back right now, and I'm just gonna kind of like a measure first if that's what I want, something like that. So I'm gonna go back now. Okay, we go from this way, so I'm go from this way through all the seed beads, include the one that next to my Rivoli. Or actually, let me check it out if I want to use that or not. Let me try first this out. We're just gonna experiment with you, okay? Like that. And I'm gonna go through all of them one more time. Okay, you can't do through all of them at once, just go again this way, because this is going to be your loop where you will kind of to hold your design together. So let's just go now through one more time. Just to make it stronger, I'm go through to this all 5 that I did first, and I hope you guys can see it. if sometimes your fishing line really hard stuck in the beads, I do have a flat pliers, and I'm just grab it by the needle and pull. Sometimes it's hard to pull just with your hand, and be careful not to get poke in your finger. Okay, and then I go one more time up through all those beads. The more you secure them, then, you know, less worry you're gonna lose your beaded flower later on when you wear in your jewelry. So this is gonna be like a 3 times secure there. And then I'm gonna go through all this 5. We will try if we can pull it out again or not, because now then more you thread, it's getting more tight. So now we're gonna use a helper, and just be careful. If you feel like it's too tight, just leave it 2 layers so you don't crush. Some bead can fall out if you pull too hard. So now I'm gonna go, I need to secure this thread, so I'm gonna go between those beads. I'm not stitching any bead right now. I'm just go under. Hold on, I need to extend my thread, get a little smaller. Oopsie, wrong way. Just gonna fix it. Have a little tail left in here. Okay, so what I do, okay, now we can see. Okay, then we can go one more time, okay, because we need to tie this up. So I'm go through this loop, go into this loop, see that, it's my needle inside, to make a knot right there next to our, make sure it's not on the top of your bead. Just pull this down and pull a heart. When you feel like it's secure, then you go through your bead that's connected to your Rivoli, to your bicone. Pull out through there. We're just gonna wiggle right now because we are finished our project. We just want to secure this thread as much as possible. Just make sure it's don't tangle on the top of any bead. Okay, so now we're coming out from this a little bead. I'm gonna back through the top in here and just go make a one more loop in here. I'm just go like behind under my red bicone and make another loop and tangle up in a knot. All we do is trying to secure our fishing line so it doesn't break and not to get our project all apart. So now we're gonna go through this red bicone. Okay, there. We're just going down and at the same time securing our thread. And those pliers, any pliers will really help. Just want to make sure. go in. So now we coming out from this one. I'm gonna go through this bead now. You can finish at this point, but the more you tangle up, there is a less chance it will break apart. So we're just going like lower and lower, and for the better view I'm go on the back of my project and I'm gonna see where else I can go. I can go through this tiny bead if I want to. Okay, just have to find a right spot. There, I'm going now through this little bead, 11-0, and then next in order in here, I'm just gonna tie it one more. Sorry guys, getting off the camera. Oopsie. And here I'm gonna tie it one more knot. Tight. And then I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna exit at this point. You can go one more time if you want to, like go to your next row, go one more time through all these beads if you want to, but I think I'm good enough right now, so I'm just gonna cut at this point, or even get my thread come out through this line and meet up in here. But I think I'm secure good enough. I even can tangle up one more time. I'm gonna put one more time in here. Knot. That's it, and that should be good enough. Just pull it and it's secure. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna just hide knot in the duo bead. So I'm gonna go through the duo bead, and my knot will go inside of this bigger bead instead of sitting next to the seed bead. Okay, so here is, if we pull the knot that we tied, will go kind of into the duo. So at this point you can cut. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do. I will cut this thread, we don't need it. For the full security, you can even put a little tiny, the more you see back around, it's going out of the focus. You can put little tiny glue even in here where you tied your knots, and it's not gonna go nowhere after it's dry. So what I have right now, we have this pendant that you can string to something, or you can design, you can put even more beads to wiggle them around. There's like possibilities, so much guys, possibility to change design. You could even skip the little seed bead that we connected those two duos together and go straight up for this big one. But I mean, this is how I design, and there's many designs similar that you can do. And now what I'm gonna do, this one is thread where I finish. So what I will do, I will go, you see where it's coming out from here, I will go one more time around this first bead, and then I will cut. But how, I'm gonna give you one more tip guys, because you know, usually every my video loaded with some kind of tip, so I will have to give you some tip in here as well. Sometimes it's hard to put your fishing line, it's hard to see now, white background, it's hard to put your fishing line into the needle when you have such a tiny hole in here, see? So what I do to help me, I grab my pliers, the one that flat doesn't have any grooves, and I pinch my fishing line on the beginning in here. I'm just pinch by making a flat. So when you have fishing, how can I show you on something different color? Let me try to block back around. Let's keep, okay, how much we can see that I pinch it out tip of my fishing line, so now it's flat instead of being round, and will go easy into my needle hole. So that's the way I learned a long time ago, and it's worked for me. If you don't have like a big hole needle for beads. So let me finish this and I will be right back. It's all finished. Now I cut out all the fishing line. I'm not sure if I really like this piece. I might will redo in a darker color, I don't know. But for now, here is the idea that I have, guys. I'm gonna put some of this, this one also from Beebecraft. And what I'm thinking, like, you can have, here is the rope that is beaded from 11 seed bead size. And this is the one, the Preciosa from Czech Republic beads. They are all even and nicely done. So what you can do, you can add simply to here as a kind of like a necklace. You can even add some beaded leaves that I have in here. You can add some decorative pieces to it. As you can see, here is one. Here's, I have a little bit different smaller design. You can make a little bit, you know, accent of green leaves to it and put some other decoration a little bit, and that's going to be already pretty necklace, right? Also, you can just simply use, I have this leather already pre-made pieces for the necklaces. All you have to do is string some of this findings, and I think I'm gonna go with this beautiful kind of like a antique or copper color. I don't know. They are kind of good size, and we're gonna open one. Let me just, very not comfortable with long nails, guys. My apology for that. So I'm gonna open one, put through my beads in here, and then I'm gonna close. This is really handy tool to close your thing. So now we have this, and you can just simply string your necklace and you're ready. But what I wanna do, guys, I wanna use this beautiful lace that I got from Beebecraft as well, and I wanna make it as a choker. Look how beautiful the lace, and I'm just dying to use. So I'm gonna thread this through my through my ring. It would be good help to use actually something to help you pull it out, right? Let me try again from this side. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Forgive me, guys, wasting your time in here trying to get through there. Okay, so here is my idea. You see that? If I can put on a lace, I think will look so good, and as a choker. Even in here, you see, kind of when it's hanging like this, I feel like I need some other bead in here, so I can even add another red bead like this, just dangling from here to kind of a little bit close this hole because it's a little bit too big. And look at this, it's gonna be beautiful necklace on a lace. Look how pretty they're gonna look. Even in here, if you want to add a couple of leaves, would be good, but that's a little bit too much. I want this to be like very, very simple, and then I'm just gonna add my closure here, and it's gonna be ready. And the other one that I have made, here is the other that I made a while ago, just to practice. And I did almost the same as I did this one. As you can see, my fishing line still in here. I cut from where I start, but I still didn't finish. Why? Because I still think I might gonna create maybe something else. So this is kind of, I don't want to close yet and see what if I can do something more with it or not. But what I want to show you on this example, guys, if you look on the back of these two pendants that I made, you see they look different. So in here, you see how I finish in here to hug my Rivoli. It's like double string in here with the seed beads, and this one is one. So this is the only difference how I did on the back to kind of close my Rivoli. Everything rest of is the same thing and same color, I mean same size of the beads, just a different colors. So here's like different variety and different look. Have this look like it's like more rich with this kind of beads, I think. And this one is more happier. You can pick your own color, whatever you wish. And I just love this to put all the way to the neck and have it as a choker. So I hope you like my tutorial, and sorry, I'm still trying to find a way how is better to have a better view. I just need to figure out good setup for my camera so I don't do any shadow with my hands, because the window is on that side and I do have an overhead light, but sometimes just like camera right in front of me and I go higher and go off camera view. So I just working on it, so please forgive me for that. But I mean, guys, all this stuff that I use in my video today, this gorgeous lace, I will link it up everything under my video, so check it out. Beebecraft has beautiful good quality product, guys, so I really recommend you to look around if you're looking for some beading supplies. And that's all for today, and I see you in my next tutorial.